Seems to have failed for West Ham. Still finding his feet, still finding his modus operandi in the east of the capital. And here in the north, Arsenal prepare to go again. Match number 26 of the season for both Arsenal and for West Ham United. History will tell you that West Ham do have it in their lockers to spring a surprise against the Gunners. They came here and won last season.
Who's clearly someone they'll look for just to win those flick-ons and also to arrive in the box, which is something he probably does best actually.
Number 57 you see there is the 19-year-old Ollie Scars. What a huge afternoon it is for him, what a big show of faith it is from his head coach. He'll play who's never started the Premier League match. Position indicating his against Ollie Scars, and there he's 17, Scars, the senior citizen at the age of 19.
Through the years.
As Jurgen Timber, the Dutchman, employed at right back again for Arsenal. To just take Miles Lewis Skelly out of the firing line today. He started 5 previous Premier League games coming into this. Of course, this is a double game week in the Premier League. Arsenal go to Nottingham Forest on Wednesday. It's the time of the season, given the resources and the way they are stretched, that all managers need to think game by game, although they never really admit to that.
I think there's also the element of the set plays and the physicality that West Ham have. Calafiori very good in the air. We've already seen how Souček's going to pull onto that side. I think Calafiori is probably better equipped than Lewis Skelly to compete with aerial balls.
Scars, Cresswell coming in one of those 4 changes from the low-making defeats against Brentford at the London Stadium. It wasn't just the fact they lost, it was the nature of their first half performance that represented a real setback for Graham Potter after moments of promise in the defeat at Stamford Bridge. The squeeze on. Here's Todibo looking for Bowen. Gabriel says, I'll have that, thank you very much. Very neatly indeed, back to the Italian Calafiori.
West Ham will be relatively happy with this opening 3 minutes or so. I mean, Arsenal, I really felt we're going to come out of the box and really throw everything, be very direct, get the ball forward, get it in the box, test West Ham, but West Ham managed just to slow the game down a little bit, sitting very deep.
Just going all the way back to Fox Ariola. There's no Option to play out, almost landed him in trouble.
He's influenced by Graham Potter, isn't he? He does like his team to play out from the back, goalkeeper included. So they won't just clear the ball or launch it upfield. They'll have a purpose to their pass, which can put you in trouble.
Whistle blows, and there's because of the foul on Kudus by William Saliba. Come out of the traps particularly quickly, but you see the win probability firmly in Arsenal's favour. Todibo, on loan from Nice. Wan-Bissaka, first chance for him to really get forward. Jack made the burst, but the pass lacked the quality to find the pitch.
It's a poorly weighted ball, isn't it? Too difficult to pass either, just to slot that in the path of Souček. Nice play from Todibo, and it's going to take something like that to break through the Arsenal lines for West Ham today. A player that's going to get on the ball and maybe take a risk or go past someone from a centre-back position.
Potter here as the coach of West Ham United for the first time. Previously won European game with Ostersons and with Brighton as well. Coming on to give a focal point for the attack. They were better in the second 45 against Brentford, but as we've touched on already, there was plenty of room for improvement.
And I totally see why James Ward-Prowse is in the team. He's a player that I really like. Gets on the ball, and also for his set-piece delivery as well. I mean, such a lot of goals can be scored from that. We've seen in the Premier League how important set plays are. Well, he is one of the best in the business from free kicks, wide free kicks, at goal or corners.
Settled into life on loan at Nottingham Forest under new Espirito Santo, so given they had the injury problems, Nottingham Forest held surplus to requirements, and as we said, back in East London. To the punch by Edson Alvarez. Kudus on the ball for West Ham. Scars. Tetswell. Getting read in time, finding Wan-Bissaka. Ward-Prowse to keep West Ham ticking over.
It's decent play from West Ham under pressure, actually. They're not panicking. There's somebody spare to receive the ball, even though it does get past there and it's anticipated and then it has to move again. But so far, they've been pretty secure with the ball in quite dangerous areas.
Low-key start from the home side. Souček, Kudus, and the flag up for offside to bring that particular West Ham attack to a halt. You mentioned that the West Ham setup being similar to that which they used at Chelsea when they competed well. Part of that was the fast breaks involving Jared Bowen and involving Kudus. That's what they'll be looking to do.
Yeah, they will, but I think they're up against a different animal today defensively than what Chelsea are. Arsenal, for me, absolutely superb. Holding midfield play, centre-back, partnership, goalkeeper who's been very, very steady. They're a tough side to catch on the break, but it is possible.
Nice getting The usual welcome from the West Ham fans, just about 3,000 of them packed into one corner of the Emirates. Here's Manari.
I thought that was just me that got that welcome.
From Odegaard, no one on the way, Kilman can clear.
A group of supporters that are that kind when you leave. Support you well when they're there.
Beyond the experienced Mexican in the heart of the West Ham midfield, and it's Alvarez, 80 caps for his country.
I mean, it is a three midfield players in front of the back five at the moment for West Ham. You can see why the game is a bit slow. Arsenal not penetrating, not breaking the lines with passes, just a little bit cagey.
Space in the middle, but Arsenal unable to find a route into the penalty area. Benefit of the doubt for the assistant on this near side, so Bennett.
Well, West Ham will look for Souček on a long diagonal. Also, Arsenal will look for Marina. I think that's well. Feels the contact, and there's much trickery as he goes from Marina. Sees it as a
Took his goals well, didn't he, in the last 2 minutes? I think that's last week. Given the resources.
It's hard to get used to that as well. There's so much to play in centre forward that you pick up and learn. He's had to learn that as well, hasn't he? He's into that position, if you remember rightly said at the start of last season, not a criticism, not a striker, not a goal scorer. Just in a position to stretch yourself, positions to take up, and it's important for the midfield players to give them space as well.
Odegaard has a swing. Such a good defender, one-on-one, isn't he? So that's why his teammates weren't expecting him to come in with all that quality.
I think you kind of almost believe the quality part of it. I just don't think they expected him to go on the outside onto his left foot, really relaxed, defending from Wan-Bissaka, almost a little bit passive here, not thinking that that's a threat, but it was a threat. And it's a difficult ball because it bounces right in front of Kilman, but should make contact nonetheless.
Be a little cautious in what's happened to them the last couple of times they have played against the Gunners. 2 down at half-time in the previous meeting earlier on this season at the London Stadium. 6-0 they lost in the meeting before that. They looked at 2 aggregate over the last 2 games. Calafiori looking for Trossard. Trossard will cross away.
It's been bright, hasn't he, Trossard? Started this game a couple of times now, looking at a threat on the left-hand side.
He started through the middle, getting it at King Power Stadium. certainly happier out on the flank. Who played plenty of games under Graham Potter at Brighton.
Perhaps is stretching away a little bit too far from him. But that's twice now Arsenal have looked for this ball, peeled off, run in behind, wants to go for the foot. I think it's just a little bit too far ahead of him, about a yard or so. Super spot from Thomas Partey.
After his brace last week, Mikel Merino talking about he hadn't started a match at centre forward since he was 8 years old.
We can all kind of share that. Including yourself, Bill.
The less said about that, the better, I think. Now, is now for West Ham. Scarles. Chances will be few and far between. They need to be sure of taking them when they do come. They are, after all, up against the Premier League's best defence. West Ham conceded more than double the Premier League goals than their hosts over the course of the season so far. 47 conceded to Arsenal's 22. Calafiori. Rice. Trossard.
Defensive strength you talk about, Bill. I mean, it's the reason why they can only lose 3 games since the start of 2024. It's been absolutely rock solid and consistent.
Fiore galloping forward.
There's that 8 draws this season that have really cost Arsenal that gap between themselves and Liverpool. That's the clear offside. Calafiori trying to get back on. But the draws have really cost the team, and there's been a couple here at home that really have been disappointing. We feel frustrated about that, but they're in a position now where they still can challenge Liverpool. That is not over by any means.
When the lie of the land is such as it is on a weekend like this, a home game against a lower ranked side, albeit a London rival in the Premier League, and Liverpool, who play 24 hours later against the current champions, notwithstanding the travails of Manchester City, have to prune the gap to 5 today, surely.
Yeah, you would think so. You would think that has to be the case. So Arsenal need to win this game.
From his compatriot, and now here's the West Ham captain Bowen to Kudus. Saka, 3 in the box here for West Ham, and Ward-Prowse to deliver. That's the plan. That's and that's over.
That's what Thomas Subject does. He gets in the box and is an aerial threat, and they get plenty of bodies in there. 3 in the box so far. The cross comes in. I mean, he's all over the back of Saliba. If that hits the back of the net, the referee's got a really tricky decision to make. I don't think that is a foul. I think he's just a little bit too strong for the centre-back.
Last year, Thomas Subject, you might remember, to make it 1-0 in the 2-0 win, as it turned out, for David Moyes' side. One of 2 very costly defeats that Arsenal suffered around Christmas time. last season. Way for Nonton here against West Ham. He was alert there, Ollie Skulls.
That's going to be the frustration for Arsenal. I think that's why Graham Potter has set up the way he has. He doesn't want Wanyera and Trossard getting freedom to get deliveries into the box, and so far it's been difficult to get that space. Arsenal normally dominate that attacking wide area with possession, lovely quick passing in and around the box, and so many bodies in there for West Ham.
He's on the halfway line. Odegaard, Rice, Ranieri, Calafiore, into Marino, and over from the Spaniard. Wouldn't have counted even if he had found the back of the net. The flag up for offside once again.
It's going to take some creativity from Arsenal to break this down. West Ham, bodies and numbers all in the box. Lovely start of the move with a scoop pass from Odegaard. Ends with Marino. Effort just offside, but more creative that from Arsenal. I think Odegaard is the trigger in that.
Expected West Ham to score early on. They've only scored 2 Premier League goals in the first quarter of an hour of matches this season. Pleased to have kept it tight. Joint most goals conceded in the first 15 minutes of league matches. Good through that patch. Nice to hands off their seats. Well defended initially, and the follow-up is away by James Ward-Prowse. Odegaard. Free kick. And they felt pretty comfortable up to now, West Ham. It's been quite a nice game, shall we say. Now Arsenal are going to start to ramp it up, you feel, ask the question, stretch them, get balls in the box, make them defend, and get fouls like this. Meeting. Nice. Odegaard standing over it. Gabriel involved as well. Scorer. His last 2 games he's played against West Ham, Gabriel. I suspect the Brazilian is where he would like it put. And the applause we have here at the Emirates Stadium is to honour the life of the lifelong Arsenal supporter, Jacob Kelly, who died recently at a tragically young age of just 23. One of their own. fans, it has to be said.
Painful experience you have to go through when you're changing the style that Graham Potter's trying to at West Ham. You're going to have these situations where West Ham have come here, they've got a way about them, a certain plan, but from a fan perspective, you want to see that high octane, more aggressive, get the ball forward, get it in the box type football. I don't think you're going to get that in the next few games at West Ham, and they're going to have to be really patient with this system. It's not easy to switch to.
Loose ball from Saliba. Was brought in the summer to assist with Lopetegui's vision. Nonton, such was their start of the season. Came after the successful in fact, the silverware Field's time under David Moyes going to the European Conference League final and winning that. Portions of the fan had enough, so there was the change in the summer, and here they are looking for a new identity under another new manager. Saka. Well, wants to come back a little earlier. Yes, it's Bowen.
Super play from Wan-Bissaka. Really delays the ball here. It's a big chance. Doesn't put it in too early. I like the way he gets his head up, then sees the gap. It's onto Bowen's right foot and he just doesn't make the contact. A little bit of bounce on it, but doesn't get a clean side foot action on that ball to hit the target. If he does, Arsenal are bang in trouble.
Settling nerves with it for the Arsenal fans. You know how much rests on this afternoon's match.
Suchek this time getting high up the pitch on the far side.
That'll be a free kick to Arsenal.
Kudus just catches him on the way through. A little spin from Timber on the trailer leg off Kudus, just catches the back foot, spins him round to the floor.
Just shuffles across.
Arsenal haven't managed to continue that momentum and put the pressure onto West Ham. They've slowed the game right down again.
That's the one shot on target so far. Mark at the Emirates, Arsenal 0, West Ham United 0.
It says a lot about the game, doesn't it? You expect a bit more for sure. Arsenal at home against West Ham in a game you have to win.
It's given too much to do. Coleman in there first. Hard to tell initially whether he kept himself on side. The last they've had in the season in terms of the number of games that they've had to play. To the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup, the Champions League, when they found out their opponents for the knockout round this week. Travelled to the Netherlands to take on PSV but their schedule has been comparatively kind recently because they went out of the FA Cup. They had that spare weekend, trip to Dubai. Nonton in his programme notes today talks about the nature of their first half at Leicester being unacceptable and sloppy. They're a week ahead of this one as well, and they haven't started perhaps with as much spring in the step as you might expect.
Nowhere near as much as spring in the step as when they came back off their last season winter break. They were absolutely flying, weren't they? On an incredible run till the end of the season, and it almost needs the identical version of that, and I'm not sure we're going to get it from Arsenal at the moment.
Last year they had a spring in the step. This year they came back without that most significant attacking player. With his season-ending injury in a training session out of Dubai.
It's a disaster, isn't it? It's everything that you didn't need, that the manager didn't need, the player in a position that you can't really replace at the moment. That's a really bad injury.
Still on the deck here. I think he's going to be okay.
I mean, I know he's not a centre forward, but we can call that a centre forward's tackle, I think. Not the best challenge for Marino.
VAR this afternoon is Peter Banks. He's had a look at it. No further action from him. Is forward. Did actually get his head to it. Kudus. Sojak. Should do better. Lovely ball from Kudus. He's frustrating Thomas Souček. He knows he's better than this. He just doesn't time the contact with the ball. Lovely little drifted ball. He can punch that on target in that far post area. It's just leaning into it. He's got his body weight. His contact's so poor. He doesn't really punch it with any power. There's a chance for him. So too was to the he immediately opportunity potentially be.
That's the wrong choice of pass. That's got to be cut back, maybe along the floor. But what I like is that when Yeri just puts that in the box, I think Arsenal busy looking for that perfect combination. They start to run out of time and you think, let's just put it in the box, and you can have plays like this where West Ham have got to clear balls, they don't get good clearances, it can fall to someone on the edge of the box. It might be a scruffy goal, but who cares? You just got to put the ball in the back of the net, and you need to ask the question of West Ham defensively.
Some gritty wins.
That's what wins Premier League titles, isn't it?
We asked the question, didn't we, just ahead of kick-off, whether this was going to be one of those barnstorming performances or whether it was going to provide an angsty afternoon. Somebody could find performance from the ground to side. He didn't reaction after last week. It might be more of the latter than the former, judging on the first 35 minutes.
And Graham Potter will be pleased. He set his team up, they're doing what they need to do, which is frustrate Arsenal, slow the game down, make it difficult. They've done all of that, West Ham. They've probably had the better chances so far.
Such a header was a good one. Owen chance was a good one. Around the penalty area for West Ham. Mary again through the cross. Talented team to try to unlock the door here.
They'll take a corner as well, which for Arsenal is a big goal scoring opportunity. Patient build up, didn't want to rush it. They forced the issue and won a corner. Now an opportunity to put West Ham under pressure.
The Premier League corner kick kings have one to get their teeth into here. Declan Rice will take in front of the fans who used to cheer his name. Threaded through the eye of a needle.
To look up there to see that was Jared Bowen at the block. I mean, it was good, wasn't it? It's a captain's block, even though he's in the centre forward position. The centre back would be really pleased with that.
Tim walking up from the former one.
Good pace layoff from Calafiori, ready for the first time hit. And Bowen just anticipating, getting his body across. Very good play from him, gets a little clap from his manager.
A very tight situation from Killen.
He's got that ability, hasn't he? He's a very unpredictable player, but he can get out of those situations that he's got no right to get out of. Off the bench for Mikel Arteta if he's not feeling it's working. There's not the best options to bring on. I suppose Sterling, is he going to have an impact at the moment? I don't think so. It's difficult to change.
So they really feel their absentees, isn't it?
Yeah.
Saka, Havertz, all those key attacking players, all those creators and scorers. But this is Odegaard.
From Alvarez, who knew he was winding up that left foot. Just snatches at it a little bit there, Martin Odegaard. That's going to creep into the Arsenal game. Once you get into the second half, if it stays at 0-0, you're going to have to feel that tension in and around the stadium. Everyone knows how big this game is for Arsenal to have to win, to close that gap to Liverpool. Just felt that was going to open up a moment there, didn't you? Declan Rice in a great position, lovely weighted pass from Marino, great run from midfield, times it brilliantly, and he's got that split second moment. Does really well to narrow that angle. He's either got to offload it early. Once he doesn't, Kilman's in there and he's just shutting that space down. Does really well with it, the West Ham centre back.
Odegaard. Timber. Mary. Taking a swing there. Odegaard. Space Armstrong will work with. West Ham bring him out with Bowen. That's it through to Wan-Bissaka. Bowen stoops to give West Ham the lead just before the break. The check is complete. The goal will stand. This is the big fear. This hit Arsenal right before half-time. Big fears with the distance that Calafiori's giving Wan-Bissaka here. He doesn't get out there and shut the space down. You then put yourself in a delicate position as a defender. Doesn't get close enough. And the three in the box do not lock in with Jamie Cole.
He gets the head on the swivel and sees him arriving in that space. It's a lovely ball in from Wan-Bissaka, who has, it has to be said, been their best attacking option really on that right-hand side. And he's delivered a great ball into the box, right between David Raya and the defenders. And the rest is simple for Jared Bowen. He's in the right place at the right time.
And just as he did, Jared Bowen at Stamford Bridge, he has given West Ham the lead in the London derby. At the time they couldn't hold on, what can they do here? His 50th Premier League goal for the Hammers. Feels like a big one.
It's a big blow for the Arsenal fans for sure. He's going to have to go in at half-time now. Mikel Arteta really assess things, a complete review of how they're going to play, and have to really take a risk. Really take the game to West Ham.
90 seconds of the 2 added minutes to play. As it stands, the gap remains at 8 points, and Arsenal's game in hand has gone. By Scars. Flaming arm that caught the face of the Norwegian Martin Odegaard.
There's a little bit untoward elbow, I think, from Ward-Prowse as well. Odegaard to use his body, trying to bring that ball down over his shoulder.
One final first half throw of the dice from Arsenal. Odegaard didn't have the space to turn. Craig Pawson spots an infringement in there.
It must have been a grab of the shirt. I think Timber had hold of Kudus.
Blows the half-time whistle. West Ham United, 1 win in 7 coming into this round. They're beating the second place side at half-time. Jared Bowen, the captain, with his 80th